Rockin' with Jam Man. This is Rockin' with Jam Man. It's with Midnight Devils. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Just kind of gearing up for the summer concert season to start. We've been off for a year, and it's about to kick off here in the beginning of July.
Congratulations on your new single, Generation Dirt. I
Yeah, thank you. That's off of our record Something Bigger was released 2018, and we're about to release our new record will be coming out I think later this year. We'll have a new single and a new video for that coming up probably closer to the fall.
I totally dug it. It sounds like it could be a theme song for an '80s movie. Really sounds like you would.
Thank you.
Yeah, you would definitely fit in the '80s. You would definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a glam rock band that likes to party, likes to get wild and crazy, and that's exactly what our music says.
Yeah, well, you gotta. Let's hope it doesn't ruin your business. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes partying and stuff. I'm not trying to, tips.
You got to work hard and play harder.
Yeah, play hard, work hard, do whatever you got to do. Sometimes that's how it is. So
Right.
you recently signed with Pavement Music. How did you guys hook up? How did you guys hook up?
hmm Uh, it was really cool deal is that we have been working with Chuck over at Artists Worldwide, who is a booking agent. He books a ton of bands, and he's been working with us, really getting us some incredible opportunities. And he called me up one day. He's like, "I need you to talk to these guys. They're interested in signing the band." And we had been searching for a label, and as it turned out, like every label had turned us down. Every label wasn't interested except for Pavement got what we were all about, which is glam mixed with punk rock and this whole attitude of just old school rock and roll, but with the new generation of people. And they said they loved it. They wanted to sign us, and we kind of talked about it, and it was really a no-brainer. They were out of Chicago. We're halfway based out of Chicago, and it was just kind of seemed like a match made in heaven.
Wow, perfect match. Hey, you're lucky. Chicago,
Yeah.
love punk, '80s kind of guys. Wow. Yeah, you named that.
Mhm.
So this last year had to be crazy. You put out your music and a video for single Pink Halo start up for a huge tour. Then the world shuts down. It just you had a world tour on your hands. Like it was a really huge tour. And then it's just like it's
Yep.
I'm not I know that really did affect you guys, and I know that you guys were definitely gonna enjoy that tour, but and I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, it was a bad situation that we landed the tour of our dreams, right? And we did 2 weeks. We were on tour opening for the Choir Boys out of England, and we're opening for our heroes. Every night spending with guys that we looked up to. I watched videos when I was a kid of Spike and the boys, and then we landed the tour. We did 2 weeks with them, and then the world shut down. And it, as much as it sucked, it really gave us time, and I think it gave a lot of people time to reflect and to kind of gear up for what's next, what's coming down the line. Get all your ducks in order because it's going to come back even bigger and better than before.
What was going through your mind when all this happened?
We thought that it was just going to be so. When it happened, we were actually in New Orleans. We did a show in New Orleans, and we thought we'd be off for a week. It was like March 15th. We thought we'd be off for a week and continue the rest of the tour. And little did we know that it would be an entire year. So we had been keeping an eye on the news, playing these shows, and you could kind of tell something was in the air. And then when it all happened, they shut down the whole city of New Orleans, which is unheard of. And you kind of knew something was serious when they shut down New Orleans. We just thought it'd be a week and we'd be back out, and we didn't know it'd be a year. So we decided we're going to write music for our next record. I thought that's the perfect time since everybody's locked up. We'll just put out a new record.
It must have been scary for a band just starting out, putting all that time and money into making music, getting booked on a big tour, then having it all taken away
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was terrifying. Yes, absolutely. Because and for the longest time, you know, like depression and everything hits in, and you're just like, what are you supposed to do? And you just really have to keep on going no matter what. You know, like we knew it would open up eventually. We knew something would happen. It would just I wanted to be ready. I wanted everything to be ready as soon as the world opened back up.
Yeah, it was really sad because people like you had like one of the biggest tours and then it all taken away because this really did
Mhm.
affect a lot of people mentally. It broke some people even. It's made people insane
Yep.
because stuck in the house all year actually, entire year.
Yes. And we decided, you know, we wouldn't let we wouldn't break up. We wouldn't let any of this affect us. We keep moving forward, and that's the thing: is how do you promote this like positive forward momentum through the worst pandemic that the world has ever seen? You just have to do it day by day and figure out what you need to accomplish day by day and those goals you need to get done without playing live shows.
But none of that slowed you down. You spent working that time writing a new album and you're
Mm-hmm.
working on it with Chip Z Nuff.
Yeah. Yep. We are. We got. He wanted to do it. He was interested in the project. We'd opened up for him a few times. He's out of Chicago, and we friends. You know, our bands are friends, and that's the coolest thing is that we get to go and hang out with a living legend, and he's producing our record. It's the coolest thing ever. And it's like if 16-year-old me would have thought that Chip would be calling me on Memorial Day weekend to discuss the record, I would have said you're crazy. I think it's just a dream come true to have his name and his expertise behind this record. I really think is going to push us in the right direction and to that next level.
I bet you can get Donnie V to guest on that new album.
You know what? The funny thing is that I was there a couple of weeks ago recording vocals for it. There was a knock on the door, and in walks Donnie V, and I'm just like, "What is this?" Donnie V's walking into Chip's house just to hang out and have a you know a Coke or whatever, and it was so cool. And I was just like, pinch myself. This must be real. This is insane.
Yeah, of course. So I know you guys are a glam band with 80s rock vibes. So I have to ask, did you see any footage from Vince Nell playing over the weekend?
I just saw it last night. Yeah, I saw the Girls, Girls, Girls where he stopped the song and couldn't sing anymore.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
had
just saw it.
yeah he had to quit because his voice went out, and it's
Yeah,
all on video. That's horrible. That's really
terrible. Yeah, I kind of figured and it really made me. What it made me think about was like I was kind of sad at first. And I was like, and then I understand like this happens to singers. It can happen to me. He should have been prepared, but also it made me think that hey, there's guys like us out here that are hungry, that are willing to go up on stage and do these shows and do it no matter what. And I feel like phoning it in or giving a crowd a half-ass performance is not really taking this seriously. Even though your voice blows out, I feel he should have been prepared and should have been ready. And that's kind of sad to see. But it makes me hungry. It makes me want to push myself to be even better and to get that get that vibe that he's going for, but knock it out of the park.
I think it's sad when fans turn on their idols. Like, they loved this guy for so long, and his first show since the pandemic didn't go as planned, and everyone is just being mean. It's really sad.
It is mean and it is sad, and it kind of it reflects on what do you think if he can't do that show, what do you think the Motley Crue tour is going to be like? Those guys got to be freaking out about that footage being out there and about his voice. It's I mean, I know they still got a year to go and he's still got to prepare. That's the thing. Be ready.
I bet it's hard getting out. Did I just lag for you?
No, I'm good.
Okay, it lagged for me.
Okay.
Froze up for a second. It's all right. All right, let's go back. I bet it's hard getting out there when you have not played not played a show in almost 2 years, or even played in 2 years. That literally had to be really hard.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when we haven't been doing live shows, haven't been performing, it's a whole different ballgame. You can practice as much as you want by yourself, but being live in front of a crowd really is a completely different adrenaline rush. And I can understand where he blow his voice out. It happens.
Um, is it different now playing like the crowds and the rules and stuff? You know, wearing a mask. Well, you actually can't because you're the lead singer and stuff like that, or the crowd is all like split up and they can like kind of like like yeah, they can't like yeah, but
Right.
yeah, they can't really get their adrenaline out there like, but then it's really hard because they can't like yeah. But
Yeah. I mean, we've done a few shows during the pandemic, and luckily, from where we're at in Nebraska, the mask mandate has been lifted. People kind of go out and do things normally now. The three shows we played were all unregulated, like there weren't any regulations in the cities. So it was cool. It was cool to be back out there, and it was definitely a weird feeling to see all these people in one room celebrating rock and roll and celebrating us being, kind of out of our houses again. It was cool. I think it's only going to get better from here on out.
so, you played any more shows since the world started opening backed up? Back
We,
up.
we did two in Nebraska, and then we did one in Denver for Wolf Fest. So we played with Hurricane Alice out in Denver. It was really cool to be out on the road again, man. We hadn't done it in so long. We haven't done anything. We kicked back off July 4th weekend with the M3 Festival and the M Pre Party. We're playing that in Baltimore area.
Any shows planned for the summer? Any shows planned for this?
We got the M3 Festival is our kickoff. That'll be 4th of July weekend. Then we come back, do a show in Nebraska, and then we head to Florida for 2 days at the end of July. We're opening for Yngwie Malmsteen in Florida for 2 days at the end of July.
Awesome! Wow.
Yeah.
That has to be a dream,
Yeah, I've never played in Florida, and they said, the weather's great. It's gonna be hotter than hell, and it was just gonna be a blast down there. And the thing that the agent said, he goes, "This isn't no club show. This is a theater. It's gonna be packed. Are you guys ready for this?" And I said, "We were born ready. Absolutely. Bring it on. Let's go."
Yeah, that's how you say it. We were born ready.
Born ready.
Good. I would love to see that show, guys. That would be a really good show. Let's really hope this doesn't get canceled and COVID-21 happens, or no, actually COVID-20. So let's hope not. What would your dream tour be if you could make up the lineup?
My favorite band is Kiss, and I always have looked up to them and studied what they do, how they do it, gone really in depth into, not just being a fan, but appreciating what those guys have done and pushed the business sense of rock and roll and the boundaries of what is a live performance. So, of course, my dream gig is opening for Kiss or being around Kiss. And you hear so many guys that have toured with them and how cool it was and how much they've learned. I think it's all about that learning process and bettering yourself and taking it a step further out of your comfort zone into another level.
What is your favorite memory from playing a show?
I guess we have so many. And the cool thing about the Midnight Devils is that it's always the unexpected with us, where things will always go wrong. And there's always some ridiculous story of our drummer getting on the wrong bus, going to the wrong city. It's, vans breaking down, and how are we going to get to the gig in time, or something happens at the show. I have so many memories and so many cool places. Like, it's just the cities and the people that I remember the most, and being out there celebrating with our friends that we don't get to see very often.
What is your worst memory from playing a show?
The worst memory, we did a show one time in a small town in Kansas. It was like his compound, and this guy brought us in to play this show. It's an outdoor show, and we parked our bus right next to the stage. We played the show, and as we were playing our last song, we heard gunfire going off, and the owner, because he's like, "Get behind your bus, take cover." And they had a gunfight break out during our last song of our last set. We had to take cover behind our bus, and They just acted like it was a normal occurrence. Oh yeah, they're just fighting with guns out in the parking lot. I'm just like, this is insane, absolutely insane.
What country? What state was that? Please tell me again, please.
Kansas.
I thought that would be Kentucky. I thought that would be Kentucky. There's no way Kansas is like that. I never heard Kansas City was like that. Oh yeah, back at it again. A normal gunfight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're just the security guards. A normal gunfight again.
Normal gunfight, and then
babies.
It ends a few minutes later, and they break out. Everybody starts partying again, like it was no big deal.
Wow. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, that's when they're gonna move to Kansas.
Yes.
Yeah, it's totally not. What is next for you?
Next is we go up to Chicago in a week to finish our record with Chip. We got guitar solos to do and backing vocals. Then it gets shipped off to Chris Steinmetz in Chicago. Stonecutter Studio is going to be mixing and mastering the record. That's next. And we have the whole summer is basically almost filled up with shows all the way up until the end of November. So we're basically coming back out of this thing even bigger and badder than before and making up for lost time.
How do my followers start following you?
What's that?
How do my followers start following you?
It's very easy. The Midnight Devils, we've worked very hard, and this is all self-done. It's a very punk rock DIY attitude with this band. You can go on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, anywhere that you stream music, you can find us. We're kind of, it's easy. There's a video on YouTube, super easy to find. TheMidnightDevils.com is our website.
They can get the music there and find about your tour dates there?
Yep, all the tour dates, all the music, we just released some new merch today too, a brand new hat. But anything that you do, anything that anybody buys, goes directly to us to support the new record, to support the new tour. Is a very cool thing, and it's all done in-house. We do it ourselves. There's nobody else sending out anything.
I know a lot of bands are doing limited merch to go with their singles and plans on doing that. Any plans on doing that? Like making a little limited time merch. Like a limited time shirt.
Yeah, what we're planning on doing is I work at a record store in Nebraska, and I think what we want to do is when the single comes out, we're going to do a colored vinyl single that I think is going to be really cool, and vinyl's coming back in such a big way that I think it's almost necessary to put out something cool for our fans to grab a hold of and be like, we have the new single from the Midnight Devils, and it's on this piece of colored vinyl. I want it to look really good and people be excited about it.
Well, I do unboxings on my show if you wanna hook up, brother.
Definitely.
I really need the sponsor, man. It's been really hard out here. I really need the sponsor. I need that loaf of bread, even though it's so I really need the sponsors, man.
Understandable.
Dude, God, I really need them. I'm just messing with you, man. You know that, right?
Also, I'll send you CDs. It's no problem.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
Thanks.
Easy. Absolutely.
That's my brother. Oh, gee. Make sure you sign it. Could you sign it?
Oh, absolutely. Already planned on it.
You the G. You the G. Well, thank you for being on my show, man. I hope the next one talks out the backstage at one of your shows, dude. Peace.
Yeah, absolutely. And definitely send me your mailing address. I'll get everything sent out for you as soon as I can.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye.